I am Coach Cameron, and I see a whole army of little soccer warriors here in defiance of out-of-control coaches and parents. You've come to fight as free players, and free players you are. What will you do without freedom? Will you fight?
No. Not against them. They're too scary. They scream at me repeatedly, and if I don't comply, they will take me out of the game. And I'll be embarrassed and ashamed. So will I fight? No. There's too many. I can't fight. I don't want to be subbed off. I want to play. So I'll do what they say.
I fight, and you may be subbed. Comply, and you'll stay on the field, at least for a while. And retired many years from now. Would you be willing to trade all the games from this day to that for one chance, just one chance, to come back here and tell the parents and coaches, shut up and no more, this is our game, not yours, and to tell them that they may take our game, but they'll never take our freedom.
Do we have sound this time?
We do.
You sure?
I'm 80% sure.
Comment if you hear the sound, because we always start the show with no sound. You like my look as we were waiting to hear if we have sound? Do we have any comments?
No.
No comments, so no sound is my guess. Oh, I can just go on right now and find out.
I'm pretty sure we have sound.
Well, we'll find out real quick. No, this thing's delayed. A day. Do we have sound?
Oh, they're not even here yet, so they don't know if we have sound. They don't even know we're asking the questions.
Oh, wait. Oh, we do have sound. All right, we have sound. Welcome to episode 640. With us today is IT Ryan, drinking the Coca-Cola. How you doing, IT Ryan?
I'm doing good. Just got off work.
Do you love my look?
It's a look.
It's a great look. And we have a show. I am who am I? Steve Jobs. And we have a bit coming up shortly about Steve Jobs.
Should have gotten an apple for your desk.
Should have. And we have who are you again? Deadpool. How you doing, Deadpool? You're doing good? All right.
You don't look so good.
Thanks for coming. And, of course, El Rojo
What's up?
is in the hot seat. He had State Cup this weekend. How did they do? We'll find out soon.
How did you do? Oh, sorry.
Well,
We'll find out soon.
yeah, because we'll bring on the El Rojo. So thanks for joining us. We have a lot to cover today. I won't have this beard on the whole show because Tape's not holding it. It's horrible. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. That's what I'm promoting. Coach Cameron YouTube.com/Coach. I can't do it.
Brief medulla break.
Okay.
Yes,
I
please
can't do
subscribe.
that. Subscribe, please. If you're on Facebook, Twitter, or any other platforms that we're sending this to, please go to youtube.com. Subscribe and hit the notification bell so you know when we're live, which is every Sunday, 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. And comment. Ask us questions. At the end of the show, we'll take your questions and we'll answer them. I'll answer them, and I'll be honest. I'll give you the information you're needing to know because we have tryouts coming up. Which club should you try out for?
I'll answer questions if you have them.
Yeah, and Ryan will too.
So
if she
will
knows
El Rojo, and so will Deadpool.
Deadpool,
if you so wish.
Yep. But we have a lot to talk about tonight. We're going to talk about Bruce Arena calling out U.S. Soccer for what they are, and we're going to have a bit with Steve Jobs firing Greg Berhalter, which is awesome, and wasteful spending by U.S. Soccer. And we have just so much to talk about the U.S. Soccer's GM, the refusal to do inner cities, develop any of that. We have a lot to talk about, but let's pause for a commercial break.
This episode is brought to you by CoachCamera.com, a place where you can get all your merchandise. Go to CoachCamera.com, click on the store, and buy the most expensive t-shirt you've ever bought, or the most expensive mug you've ever bought. You know why? Because I'm featured on it. I'm like the Nike symbol. Once you put me on it, it's going to cost twice of the value. But more importantly, you're contributing to a wonderful podcast. You will sustain this podcast if you make... I'm sorry, Coach Cam, I can't do this anymore. You are way overpriced. It's disgusting how much you're...
And Jet, stop. And I'm not overpriced, Medulla. First up, we have Bruce Arena. So Bruce Arena had a video that had an interview, and he calls U.S. Soccer out. And pay attention what he says. And it kind of, what he does is, in this video, what the questions he answers, he attacks U.S. Soccer. It was brilliant. We're going to talk about that right now. Play that video.
The sport in our country has become highly, highly political. There's a financial aspect to it that's often thought about first before the technical side of it. I think people that are decision makers in the sport in our country are more politicians than they are technical people. And therefore, when they make decisions or they hire people to make decisions, I don't think they necessarily make the right decisions all the time because they don't have the experience in the game. And I've been one to say for years that I think we need more people with experience in the game that are decision makers to help move the sport forward. And there's never a response to that. And I think that's critically important. And having said all this, I think there's been tough times for the sport, for U.S. Soccer. The pandemic was really difficult for U.S. Soccer. It was really difficult for our league. And having said all of that, as the smoke settles and we don't qualify for the Olympics, our league is still making progress. It's making great progress. I'd like to see it continue to grow and perhaps have a little bit more emphasis as well on the American player and give the American player a few more opportunities to grow. I think our league now is largely an international league, which is fair enough, but we want to still have opportunities to grow our young elite players in our league. So hopefully, as we continue to move forward, we don't forget that and we can continue to grow the way we're growing and develop some of our young American players.
Oh, that's it. Audio working? I'm hearing a weird noise. Anyways, it's just in my ears.
The fridge?
No.
Okay.
It's my flipping headset, IT Ryan. You have one job to do. Well, 20.
I think you just need to go to the doctor.
So
You
Bruce,
blast things.
that's what Mom says. So Bruce Arena covers 5 things I want to talk about. One is, has our sports become very political? Has it
Yes.
not always been political? It's always political. It's crazy political. We understand that. It's everyone's PC too. It's like, you be careful what you say. You don't want to cause any problems. That's why we're bringing Steve Jobs on to fire Greg Berhalter in a little bit, because we need more abrasive fire starters within U.S. Soccer. We need to blow the thing up. Nah, I'm just kidding. I don't think I can say that. We need to cause problems and change things. The financials are always focused on first, then technical, and that's interesting to watch. You have that overlay on show, and I can't read it, but look at the overlay for the taxes. So I have
salaries and wages, or financial statement.
No. Well, they're both. Put up salary and wages. This is how it's always top heavy, whether it's our government or U.S. Soccer. I can't see the overlay. So what's it say for employees?
Employee benefits.
And what salaries?
For salaries and wages, we have 33,300,000. That's to programs. I don't know, this chart doesn't make sense to me. Management in general is 6 million?
6 million.
Am I reading these right?
Yeah.
Is that a million?
Yeah, it's
Oh,
millions.
So the total is 40 million. Employee benefits, 2
We don't care
million,
about
1
the
million,
the
3
benefits don't
million.
matter. That's good enough.
Oh.
Take the overlay off. But
Alright.
it was 60 million in salaries, and that's going for
It was 40 million.
40 million for coaches and whatnot. But then it's 6 million in administration. That's an audit that was just done for the 2019 and 20 revenues, and then put the other overlay up with the other one with the numbers.
Financial statement?
Yeah. What's interesting about this one, it kind of takes us to a sidetrack because it shows how much the men got paid versus the women. Is that the overlay?
Yeah, men versus women.
Yeah. How much did the women's make?
Oh, okay, I see it. The women's, wow. They made 36 million in 2020 and 20 million in 2019. The men made 15 million both years.
Yeah. You
Is
know
that
why?
right?
Yeah.
Because they were mad.
Right. So because of Megan Rapinoe throws a fit, they got a huge increase, and the men, they stayed the same, and they're probably going to shrink a little bit as the screaming, yelling continues on. But yeah, I thought that was interesting. But the budget's all jacked up because they just kind of spend however they're going to spend, and we're actually going to show you other stupid spending we do with U.S. Soccer in a little bit. But it's more about politicians versus technical people. I'm a technical person. I focus on technique. I focus on the importance of development over winning and all those things. That's why I don't have a job in club soccer, because no one can stand me, because I'm kind of like Steve Jobs a little bit, where I'm more concerned about a greater idea, a greater concept, a greater focus, a greater goal down the road to do something unique, creative, create players that can actually do something at the next level versus win on Saturday like everyone wants to do. We need more people like myself that are willing to get fired, kind of like Steve Jobs. You know Steve Jobs, Ryan, got fired from Apple, what he created?
I learned it based on Googling the Steve Jobs fires video.
Yeah.
And it'd just be like, Steve Jobs gets fired. And I was like, oh, him too.
Yeah. So more people in the game. They need more people in the game that are decision people. We don't have decision people at U.S. Soccer. Even ASA, who keeps making money. And what happens to Arizona Soccer Association? What happens with them? They add what? Administrators and more administrators, and they'll keep adding. That's what ASA used to be kind of volunteer, and now we have a paid CEO. Congrats. No problem with that. I would love to be CEO and make $105,000 a year or whatever it is. It's around there. But that's what we do. We don't put it back into what the game needs to be. Arizona could be the most successful state in the United States in far as producing soccer players. Easily. It can easily happen if we were led with a concept and a vision to focus on something that the rest of the United States won't do as a whole, which is technical development, having kids that are not scared to have the ball kind of thing. I mean, by the masses, thousands upon thousands of kids not scared to have the ball, which makes everybody better. But that's something that we're not willing to do. But we'll hire a social media director and another fake. We just create fake jobs, starting with U.S. Soccer, which we'll cover in a little bit. Like we have a general manager of the U.S. men's national team, and now a general manager of the U.S. women's national team, and we just create fake jobs. We just create jobs, but we don't invest back into where the game needs to be, which is grassroots. We'll talk about that too. But let's talk about what we want, Jack. Jack, we need someone to come into U.S. Soccer and just cause problems, like Steve Jobs. Let's play that video, Ryan. Here we go. We need to create the most technical players in the world right here in the United States. I mean, I want our players to be so technical with the ball that they know what to do with the ball before they even have the ball. Wait, are we still talking about ball mastery? We're talking about everything, the whole thing, ball mastery, first touch, creativity. Greg, it's the future. I'm telling you right now, our ball mastery program is going to do for the next 10 years that the Brazilians did for the last 3. I can tell you that right now. Do you know why people watch the Premier League? Why do they watch the Premier League? Nothing else? Because it's got bravado. It's a love for the game like no other. You know what? We've raised the bar. And if we want to be there, we have to sacrifice everything. Great footballers like Messi, Ronaldinho, and Ronaldo, they sacrificed it all. And they risked failure. And if we want to be great, we got to risk it all too. Yeah, but we have a hard date. And doing all these fancy moves like the Brazilians isn't going to get us the next World Cup title. Tactics is what's going to get us the next World Cup title. If you don't share our enthusiasm and care for the vision of US soccer, I don't think I understand. Get out. What? You're done. Wait, you're going to fire me? No. I already fired you. Why are you still here? You know what? I'm removing him from the books. He's never been on the national team. He never coached. He never played for the national team. He's done. I'm taking him off the books. He is done. He's done. Yeah. Well, we need someone like Steve Jobs to take control and just cause problems with ideas. We don't have ideas. Everyone's scared to have ideas. You know, because you'll be attacked for having ideas. How dare you go and actually have other coaches with a license be challenged by a nobody like me that tries to do reverse step overs and one-footed rainbows because that's fun to teach because you teach kids to love the game for a lifetime. But what do I know? Other than, he's just a circus coach. Shut up. Okay. All right. I'm becoming bipolar with my hair and me. But what do you think? What should we do differently? What should we do once we do get a Steve Jobs kind of CEO that's just going to cause problems versus being political and gentle and all that? We need someone to blow it up. Or excuse me, I can't say that because I'll get banned. We need someone to cause problems and then fix it. And then just get someone in there that's going to cause the problems. He'll get fired eventually because he went crazy, but at least he'll get the nudge, he or she, the nudge to go the right way and make a change. We don't make changes. We keep doing the same thing over and over again. So what do you think? Comment below. Let me know, and we'll hopefully have a discussion. Be part of this podcast. Comment, like, share, do all those things, and be part of this podcast so we can all have a conversation, because there's no conversations happening from our leadership. It's not, at least not openly. We don't know what's going on, so we're going to cause problems ourselves. I'm one day going to dress as Steve Jobs with a better beard that sticks and all that, and I'm going to go to the U.S. Soccer offices in Chicago and in Texas, and I'm just going to go cause a problem. Just start firing people. I'll do that for you if you like, subscribe, and comment, and do all those things, and hit the notification bell, and we can rock and roll. What do you think, Jack? El Rojo?
I didn't hear you.
What? You're not even
Didn't
listening?
hear any of that.
He's not listening. Wait. Well, let's talk since you're here.
I was thinking of State Cup.
Okay. You had
like
State
that,
Cup, so on Friday you guys had a game, and you won 5-4.
Yes.
Nice.
And the other team got a red card for cleats up tackle, and that's all we'll say about that. And it was a pretty nasty game. But you got through it, and you guys won. You had 3 assists, and then you had a teammate that had 5 goals. Who was that? Joan. So, Jack's El Rojo, plays in the middle with Tuzos. Pujuca. How do you like playing for that team?
I think they're good, but there's we always make mistakes, and sometimes we don't play good.
Yeah.
Why's
Well,
that?
Just, I don't know.
Welcome to soccer. I have the same problem with Phoenix College. Sometimes we play good. If we play good, we'll kill you. If we play poorly, which we tend to do quite a bit, it'll be a game or we'll get destroyed. But it is what it is. But it's on you, El Rojo. Fix it. You're in the midfield. Dictate things. You'll be fine. So we're going to talk about the wasteful spending I've been excited about. So the wasteful spending by U.S. Soccer. Play Brian McBride,
But honestly, I'll be honest with you. I have got absolutely no idea really what the job entails. But I'm absolutely delighted for one of the nicest men you will meet in football and broadcasting in general. Brian is one of the most sincere people. He'll go into that, and he's nobody's fool. He's nobody's fool. Don't let that, nice guy image disguise the fact. He'll make hard decisions. He'll do what he thinks right.
Oh, he's the nicest guy ever.
If that camera does not aim straight up, because I'm not.
Just
Okay.
looking right at you.
But on ESPN FC, I hear your Coke bottle.
Sorry.
Hush up, Jet. On ESPN FC, they talk about Brian McBride. He's like, I don't even know what the position is. They're just doing weird things, spending money however they're going to spend it because they're hiring their buddy who is nice and gentle and he won't cause any problems. He's the nicest guy in the world. We don't need that anymore. There's plenty of that. We have that everywhere. Think about your job. We hire nice people. We don't want to get anyone that's a little nuts like me. And the only reason I got my job is by pure luck. I kind of forced myself in that position, made things happen, do sell out crowds, break records, do all those things, change the program entirely because I'm a nut job. You need nut jobs with some nice people, but you can't just all be nice. And that's what we got. We got Brian McBride. He's so nice. He's the nicest guy in the world. He'll get things done. No, he won't. You have to have a little bit of criminal in you as far as nut job. Well, I'll save it. A little bit of Steve Jobs in you. Just a little bit. That you're so infatuated with just doing something crazy and changing the world in some capacity. We need more people like that. We need more Steve Jobs. Just a little bit of them. But we won't. We just keep getting PC, political correct. Let's get the ones that'll do nothing, cause no problems kind of stuff. We need problems caused. Because obviously what we're doing isn't working. So that's a problem. So when we get money, what do? We don't put it into inner cities. We don't do anything like that. We put it into administration and create fake positions like Ernie Stewart. Ernie Stewart was the general manager of U.S. Soccer, and now he elevated himself with a fake position called sporting director. I already know what it is. It says that as the sporting director, Stewart will oversee U.S. Soccer entire sports performance department that was manufactured because they got a bunch of money instead of putting it into the inner city and developing players or do something different. We're going to do administrators, including the men's and women's senior and youth national team programs. How's that been going since we've done that since 2017? All these stupid fake positions. We still don't make the Olympics. The youth still get beat down by teams like Mexico at the youth, and we don't qualify. We don't qualify. So what are we doing? The same thing. This is pay to play, by the way. Everyone's like, oh, you got to pay for something. No, pay to play is more than just club soccer, paying your dues and all that stuff. It's more than that. It starts with on top. It's the bravado kind of esque to it. Yeah, I agree. So it goes on to say, reporting directly to the CEO, Stewart will also oversee all other sports performance departments, including talent identification. You're failing. Fire him, Jack. Don't you want to fire some players on your team and stuff when they don't play well? Don't say names.
Yes.
Yeah, see,
I wouldn't say names.
but you want to. No, you don't say names here. But yeah, some people need to be fired immediately. Just extract them from the problem. Stop. Oh, we'll just get more money and cover. You guys don't watch Seinfeld. Well,
I always tried.
well, there's an episode where Elaine Bennis becomes, she becomes the CEO or whatever of, I forget what company. Anyways, she hires this guy, and no one likes him at all. So what she does is gives him a raise. So he or not a raise, but elevates him to the next level. So he's out of the room, and that's what U.S. Soccer does. They won't fire people. We'll just give him a promotion. We'll give them a promotion. Anyways, I wish I remembered that episode better. It goes on to say, this framework will lead to enhanced player development, has not, more clearly defined pathways. Oh, everyone loves that word, pathways. Oh, I got a pathway. I got a pathway to the pro. I got a pathway to play Division I soccer. I got a pathway
Pathways, elementary school.
Yeah, a pathway. We all have pathways. And when they're saying stuff like pathways, that trigger word for me, it makes me triggered. It means they're lying. So anyone says, we got a pathway, it's a lie. It's a lie. They're doing nothing. So at the same time, efforts to increase participation in sports overall will be aided through his influence on coaching, education, referee training, and club development. No, he is not. So Ernie Stewart hasn't done anything. He hasn't been in the trenches of youth soccer. He's played soccer. He played on the national team. Good player, very athletic. But he's never came down with us peons, the grassroots people. He's never hung out with poor little Deadpool. He doesn't watch Deadpool in his development at all. Why isn't Deadpool playing soccer anymore? He's playing flag football. Why? Because we have people like Ernie Stewart running the show. That's why. Right, Jet? Yeah, see? Jet agrees, and Deadpool agrees. Yep, I agree. So let's play the next video. Play U.S. Soccer Needs to Be Grassroots.
You really look at this country, this pay-to-play system is the first thing I would look at. Now, I'm not saying you use all $100 million on it, but at some point the sport in the United States has to stop becoming an elite sport. It has to become a grassroots sport. It has to become an inner-city sport. And so when I look at that, I would look at pay-to-play, one.
Pay-to-play, number one. Admin heavy. Look at U.S. Soccer. It's admin heavy. I already gave you examples. There's much more examples. Go to their website. Go look at their spending. See what they pay. See where they're giving their money. I did a whole show on that. Go to my past podcast. Just Google search Coach Cameron Podcast, U.S. Soccer's Taxes. I have a whole episode. I break it all down. I'm not going to do it again. I already did it. Go to the episode. You can find it. But we spend money stupidly. Always admin heavy, and it's a problem. What do we do in education? Here you go. Red for Ed. I was a teacher. I was teacher of the year. And what happened to me? I got a pay decrease. I'm teacher of the year, pay decrease because they didn't cover our insurance hike. So I left. Good job. Red for Ed, teachers. Here's the problem. And I've seen this firsthand. Good teachers, good, awesome classroom teachers, they get promoted to district into some fake position called like, what's it called? A classroom supervisor. I supervise the fourth grade teachers. No, what they do is hang out at the district office. You know what you're doing. I know it. Call it out. Teachers, comment. Is it true? Am I right? Yes, I'm right. Are you a teacher that hasn't got the opportunity to promote yourself into a 20 or 30,000 pay raise by hanging out at district office, just joking around, hanging out and planning your weekend, and then occasionally go to a school and say, hey, I'm just supervising. Oh, good job. That's what they do. That's how you get a raise in education versus, that's a good classroom teacher. Let's give a $20,000 bonus. No, that's not fair. Everyone needs even distribution. How stupid is this? We should do the same thing with U.S. Soccer. U.S. Soccer, you need to really create a competition through the whole United States for groups that do it differently. We have coaches like that. We've had Louis Dabo, who developed an army of players from the 75 to 76, 77, 78 age groups. Players like Evan Whitfield, Pablo Mastroni, and the list goes on and on. I mean, they have so many top players from this small little club. U.S. Soccer should have gave that club money. Instead, what happened to that club? It was been financially destroyed because it was focused on that idea versus collecting money like everybody else. That's what's going on. Reward those small clubs that do it right so they can actually compete. You need innovation. And it'd be nice to have everyone innovating so everyone competes for those funding so they continue to improve. Does that make sense? Do you believe me? Do you think there's a different way? Comment and let me know. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, our YouTube channel, the Coach Cameron Podcast. Every Sunday, 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Live. That's how we do it. We barely got this show off today, but we did it. Right, Ryan?
Yes. I don't even remember what the problem was.
We had a million problems, but we got it done because we made the decision to do so. We could easily quit. You know, the difference is we're passionate about something. We're not getting paid for this. We're actually losing money on it. So buy a t-shirt online, buy a mug, do something, or a comment or a like and just say, "Oh, good job." That works too. Yeah. How you doing, Jack?
Pretty good. I'm
All
sore.
right. You're sore. All right. You had 2 State Cup games this weekend, so you guys are tied for first, or you're first in your bracket.
We're tied for first. I'm pretty sure.
Pathetic. All right. Who do you have next week?
Excel.
Excel. Ooh, Striker Aguilar. That's his club. Greg Montalongo.
Oh, the guy you were talking to.
Yeah, Greg Montalongo and I went to school together. He was an unbelievable player when he was skinnier. Woo-hoo-hoo. Yeah, skinnier. He knows what he is. He was an amazing soccer player. And I was an amazing soccer player. I'm an amazing soccer player today. Why? These flip-flops. No, my footwork's amazing today. I'm just not as athletic anymore because I'm old. But I didn't have any skill back in the day because I didn't have one teaching me.
People keep on asking us, well,
What?
his doctor and people, oh, did you get your dad's speed? Oh, did you get your dad's speed? None of us got his speed. And apparently he has speed. Had speed.
I don't know what happened. I think
Godspeed.
too much of mom's genetics applied.
Yeah,
So blame her.
for sure.
Right, Deadpool? You're fast. All right, so we need to change what we're doing. So we need to put emphasis on development and make it competition so we can all do something different. That's what I think. Hey, it's tryout time. This is my favorite time of year where we do tryouts where all these clubs are doing what? Selling lies. We're part of Manchester United. That's our club. I remember we had a club called Barcelona. Now, the Barcelona Academy, before they were in Casa Grande, so the real Barcelona Academy is in Casa Grande. They're actually linked to Barcelona in Spain. But before they were here, RSL was in Casa Grande before Barca came. We had a Barcelona club. Illegal. So they created a club called Barcelona, and they wore the Barcelona look and all that stuff. And then Barcelona actually came to Casa Grande. They're like, hey, who are these? Who's this club wearing our jerseys? And then they sued them, and they had to shut down the club. We have that kind of stuff going on. So everyone's like, hey, we're part of. Everyone's trying to like network a deal to create this whole like illusion that they're special, and it's like we have facilities. We hear that a lot. The East Valley clubs are like, oh, we got a 24 field facility with the stadiums and all this stuff, blah, blah, blah. Don't care. No one cares. That doesn't develop kids. Oh, we have nice facilities. That doesn't develop kids. It might protect them from getting hurt, maybe. I'm not sure. But the club affiliation, careful with the ones that say we have a pathway to pro. We have pathway to Division 1. We have a professional team we're linked up to, and we have the curriculum. It's their holy Bible. They are holier than thou. They're all lies. So what should you do? I'll help you right now. I will give you. I'm wearing this neck thing, so I'm going to put my beard on for this one. How's that? Good enough. This thing's.
You look like one of Dwight's cousins.
Oh, Amish? Yeah.
Yeah.
This. I always say this. Don't look for a club. Look for a coach. Find a coach. It's like, who was the best teacher at Barbara Roby? Best ever.
That's a lot of pressure.
Miss Thompson's really good, but the best teacher ever that we put you in, I'm not sure. You had him 1 year, and Cody had.
I never had Mr. Schooley.
You never had Mr. Schooley?
No, I met him. I never had him. I knew you were going to say him.
Mr. Schooley.
He seemed really nice, though.
Best teacher at Barbara Roby. No offense to all the Barbara Roby teachers. And he had the name, Mr. Schooley. I mean, what the heck? And he moved out, but he was amazing. We didn't choose Barbara Roby.
Barbara Roby chose us.
Yes, but we chose Mr. Schooley. Find a coach that does these things. One, controls the sideline through massive parent education, real time, afterwards, before, all that stuff. A coach that's wanting to talk to the players with the parents around so they can hear what he's saying. A coach that wants the parents on the same sideline versus parents on the other side, coaches and players on this side, because they're cowards. If you are a coach that wants the sideline opposite of you, the parents away from you and the players, you are a coward. You're worthless. You have no conviction. You're nobody. You are doing nothing for the game. It's very, if they're scared to have parents on the sideline, I always want them on my sideline because I want to hear what they're saying. I want them to hear what I'm saying, so the education's constant. All those cowards, and you know who you are. Essie Del Sol led the charge. Oh, let's keep the parents on the opposite side because I don't want them hearing what I'm saying to the kids, which has a lot to do with sarcasm and a humiliation of children. See it all the time. And a lot of parents are like, oh, that's so funny. He has an accent and everything. That's a problem. Second, focus on development versus winning. Everything's important for us. How they touch the ball, the decisions they make versus have to win, get the ball to the side, hit it down the line, cross it in, and try to score with their big fast player. I don't know, something like that. Try avoid those kind of teams. Find a team that focuses on development versus winning. A Brazilian. There's a lot of good Brazilians. And by the way, I'm behind. What I'm going to do, Ryan and Jack, I'm going to announce the top coaches in Arizona. I'm going to say
Your own list or like an
my
actual
list.
list?
No other list. And get on my list is not easy. And I have friends that would love to be on this list once it comes out. And I'll say, no, you suck at coaching. But, but if they adhere to my model of focus on technique, control those dang parents, and keep educating them in, a little bit Steve Jobs, but, you got to be a little PC too. You don't want anyone crying at night, which I've made a lot of people cry. We need to know who those are. There's a lot of good coaches out there, and we know who they are. Just go find them. There's every Brazilian, not everyone, but everyone I've been around that's coached in Arizona has been darn good. Really good. Especially, I remember Manuel Coelho, who's won 4 straight state titles with South Bank. It was back when it was Sereno won everything. And then it was Sereno, South Bank. Sereno. We're like, what? What's South Bank? Brazilian. Coach that allows your son or daughter to touch the ball and, of course, allow failure. If you do those things, if you can find a coach to do those things, that's a good place to be. Find that player or find that coach. And, of course, a coach that is honest, right? All right. Any questions?
We do have a few.
All right. Let's go. Rock and
All
roll.
right. From Biago, has Jack changed? This is for El Rojo, so I'm gonna flip over to you.
El Rojo.
Has Jack changed his mentality after losing or giving away the ball?
I think that's a question for me, but you can answer.
No, it said I have a question for El Rojo.
El Rojo.
Has Jack?
Have you changed?
When I lose the ball, yes.
Yes, he has.
Are you more committed to keeping the ball now after Dad did the whole tracker thing?
Well, when he did that, I kept the ball a lot. Yeah.
What made you start giving it up in the first place?
Giving the ball up?
Not going back after it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Are you just lazy or stage fright?
Is it because you watch Neymar and stuff and they do that?
Who?
Neymar.
Oh, we weren't name dropping.
Neymar is a professional player.
Oh. Neymar.
How did that
become?
He became too cool for school. And
right, that's what you were saying.
Too cool for school, he'll lose and be like, ugh.
Yeah, I can see that actually.
And I was like, oh, I'm gonna murder him. I'm not gonna do it on the sideline. I kind of control myself. I kind of allowed it happen for a little bit, seeing if it was kind of thing. So I didn't address it right away, but it was in my head. I'm like, oh my gosh, it was a problem. But I did have the conversation with him, and of course I called him out on the podcast. And on Friday, I didn't go to today's game, but on Friday, he was all over the place, just winning the ball, just working his butt off. Maybe because it was a state cup game. But yeah, and he was all over the place. So there was a change. So I'm glad we kind of nipped that in the butt. And the first time we improved his game is when he wouldn't even go for the ball at all. It wasn't like he made a mistake and started walking after it. It was more of he wouldn't get stuck in. He wouldn't go intercept passes. He's so focused on his attacking. But when I was keeping the numbers and showed him and compared him with other players that worked hard, then he changed. So obviously there's always going to be progression. And it's nice to have a good coach in your home that keeps you accountable
So do you consider yourself the Mr. Schoolie of soccer then?
No, I consider myself the Steve Jobs of soccer.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
Yeah, I have so many.
You're too cold to be Mr. Schoolie.
Oh yeah. so I would like to be more schooly, where I'm like more professional, more be nice and not so nuts and so quick to make someone feel bad. I have a crazy conviction of it needs to be done this way. We have to stop focusing on winning. We need to focus on technique, and the kids need to be able to make decisions. And how many fights I've had with parents nonstop that would keep talking to the kid after they made a mistake, where the kids are just staring at dad. Oh, I made a mistake. Sorry, father. Kind of thing. So, but I would go nuts. I would get notes on it. It's content. This is why this podcast exists, by the way, because I'm tired of saying the same thing over and over and over again. So I put on a podcast, and the next thing I know, I'm over 600. I'm like, oh, okay. Next question.
This is from Lieutenant. Have you seen the Super League the UEFA have created?
Oh my gosh. I was going to do a video on that. So the UEF, whatever. So Manchester United and Man City decided, we're going to create a new league and make it where we can't drop. Like they're stepping out of the Premier League, Jack. Did you hear about this?
Yeah.
What the frick? You know why? Manchester United is owned by an American. They want to bring the American system. So American professional sport. By the way, America is the greatest country in the world. Greatest country in the world. We can do everything. You can do a podcast. You can have Deadpool over there. You can have El Rojo here.
We just happen to be getting, a lot of people happen to be getting soft.
What do you mean soft?
We have everything, but it's never enough.
Yeah. No,
although I don't really know what the story
social
is.
Media, but America is the greatest. Home of the free for now. Anyways, the American system is all about ownership. Like the Major League Soccer, we don't have, relegation, where if you do poorly, you drop down and USL teams can advance up. We don't have that. We have ownership, where we are the NFL. We are Major League Soccer. We could lose to USL team 5-0, and then we will. There's no punishment for it, which is ridiculous. And they did the same thing with DA when they brought in the MLS academies to DA, and when a club team would beat a MLS team, and the MLS team would drop down, be last in points in the bracket, the MLS team wouldn't drop down. Only the other team's not affiliated. That's what we do. So this whole English bullcrap with Manchester United, and then Man City's owned by non-European money. It's Middle East oil money. They're all about taking. It's criminal what they're doing. They're it's going to ruin them. And I doubt the UK will support it. And I hope Manchester United and Man City fans just ban them. Don't support it. Don't buy a ticket. Ban them. Make them look like they're in the middle of COVID forever. No fans. Don't support it. Don't watch it. If they do that, I'm not going to be part. And Liverpool, I'm not part of any of those. I will not support Liverpool, Manchester United, Man City. I will not watch it. I'll turn it off. I will not support that garbage of this elitism of, we bought this, we stay here kind of mentality. That's the American way we do it in U.S. soccer. That we would do that here. We're always trying, and it's frustrating. So if you don't support that, what they're doing with this new English league they're trying to create, that's what they do in America with youth soccer. Everyone's like, MLS Next. Okay, what? Really? What? I don't care. I've seen MLS Next. It's a scam. They go and steal players, good players, through the recruiting tactics. I mean, we even have players on Tuzos that are getting invites during State Cup that, you got to make it to our tryout. And they can legally do it and poach kids during that because they're part of MLS Next. MLS Next, you know what MLS Next is in Arizona anyways? MLS Next is called, we are going to screw as many teams and clubs as we can to come to tryouts so they can feel like they're part of the MLS experience. It's the same people. It's the same people. Stop. It's the same coaches, same players, same people. It's the same. Nothing changed. Take ownership of your own development. Take ownership of your own development. That's what we do. We're not paying coaches. I put Jack in Tuzos because it's Hispanic heavy and the kids are technically they're freaks. Jack he plays in a Friday night league. I don't know if it's legal. He plays in a Friday night league and he's having street tacos at like 11:30 at night. Yes, it's dangerous, but he's part of a culture that's a little different. He's engaging the game a little differently. That's better than MLS Next. Anyways, next question.
From Carlos Flores, and he says he thinks he already knows the answer, but what club should he try out for with a U13 boy?
I don't know. But if you email me and give me a location of where you live and stuff, I will research for you and let you know what coaches to consider versus some club. I'm not a club guy. I'm a coach guy. Every club has some good coaches. Not all of them, though. Next.
That's all.
Oh, that's all. Well,
wait. Okay, we got one new question.
All right.
From Rick Tillmans.
Ricky.
Love the show, Dave. Keep fighting the good fight. No soccer parent should allow any coach to belittle their kid, as we sadly see way too often. Do you agree that good coaches don't need that?
Good coaches definitely don't need that distraction, but coaches have to deal with it nonstop. That's what he's asking, right? But
I think he means like, do good coaches need humiliation tactics?
No, it's strange. Anytime a coach, I don't care what, regardless of level, if you're having interaction with a player through sarcasm or ridiculing them that's a waste of time. Take your notes, see what you're going to fix, do it during the time that the play is stopped, halftime, before the game, at practice, those things. But, man, parents, they have to stop. Oh, I'm just cheering my kid. I'm just cheering. No, you're not. You're influencing. I was saying good job. Shut up. Let the game you imagine going to a classroom and they answered a math question right? Oh, good job. Woo! It is C. You're amazing. Why? It's a test. Let them have the game. Why do you have to interject? Allow development to happen. At least, is it possible? Maybe that's how we change the rules of soccer. U6, you say nothing. U7, you can say one syllable a game. And then slowly by U18, you can scream like crazy because the development happened, and that's the next level of learning. I get you need sideline distractions eventually, but not during the molding years of trying to learn how to play the game. Soccer's hard. Oh, you got the ball coming. You got mom screaming out like violently. You got the referee that's about to blow his whistle, and you got coach giving you information. You got the other team you're dealing with. There's just so much to deal with. There's only so many things you can process, right, Deadpool? Yeah, there's only so many things you can process in your brain. Process one thing at a time. You do it rapidly, but when 6 things come in, it's not that easy. Allow development to happen. Allow the distractions to, build up over time. They're going to come anyways. You might as well protect your kid by saying nothing. And that's what my parents did a great job. My dad hardly ever came until I started playing pro, and my mom didn't say anything because she didn't understand what was going on. Best parenting job ever. Any more questions?
Not at the moment, no.
Oh, good, because I'm going to go. Thank you for joining us. Thank you, IT Ryan. You're awesome. El Rojo, good luck in State Cup. When's your next game?
Excel.
Friday, Saturday?
Friday, yeah.
Friday? Oh, I can go.
Can we do an El Rojo exit? Because I missed out on the entrance. We all did.
Well, if you never heard the El Rojo, we have a theme song for El Rojo when he comes in. And since he's here, let's play it. We need a theme song for Jet. Jet, you outie? Bye, Jet. Jet's gone. All right, Jet's gone. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, we appreciate you and saying it's hot in this room. He wants $1. You're not getting $1. Thank you for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed the show. If you want more, I have daily podcasts Monday through Friday with more advice on youth soccer development for parents and coaches. You can find us on iHeartRadio, Google Play, iTunes, or wherever else podcasts are found, or go to CoachCameron.com for direct access. And, of course, subscribe to my YouTube channel. That's what I'm pushing. We had like 18 new subscribers last week. That's legit. That felt good for us. See you next Sunday, 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Peace.